Hello, my YouTube angels. Today we are going to do a little recipe from my follicular phase meal prep. I had very grand plans that we were going to do the whole meal prep together, but now the idea of filming is like becoming a block to me actually making my follicular phase meal prep for the week. And I'm literally not eating the delicious foods that are in my fridge and they're slowly like going bad. And that's just to say, like, if you have these great intentions and you go out to the grocery store and you get all the stuff and then it's in your fridge and you don't actually, you're missing like that, like, oomph, the action to ever execute the cooking, don't feel bad. I am a chef. I am the cycle syncing chef. This is the whole point of everything that I do. And I'm with you. I feel it too. So, one step forward at a time. That's all it really is. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed getting into the kitchen, overwhelmed in anything in life, and you're freezing, we just want to make a little space to move one step forward. Today, I am doing that by making the follicular phase meal prep biscuits. So, when I'm doing meal prep, I'm not going to be somebody that makes the full meal and then has like 6 of them in the fridge. That's just not my tea. Like I want variety, and I actually enjoy having a little bit of cooking to do. So with the follicular phase meal prep, which is all the recipes are in the cycle syncing library, that it's a bunch of elements basically that make for really easy, like 15-minute put your meal together. But this recipe specifically is a completely done snack. Let's make them. What we're gonna do first is cook the broccoli. I don't want to just let it be like raw and steamed in the biscuit itself. So we're just gonna do a quick saute in the pan. I want to get it nice and thin, so I'm going to shave on the mandolin so that we have just like, it's not like you're having chunk of broccoli inside of the biscuit. We're getting little thin pieces like this. And I really like this texture. Even if you weren't going to put it into the biscuit, to do this, like saute with the broccoli, a little lemon, garlic, salt and pepper, olive oil, is even just having that in the fridge for follicular phase is like a nice little prep. Gorge. We are going to quickly saute the broccoli in a pan on the stovetop. And let's just take a moment to look at our food, look at our vegetables, see what we're eating. A core memory of mine from childhood is that SpongeBob SquarePants scene when they bite into the burger and it's just gray and like nobody was looking at the burger, so they didn't know that they were eating this like nasty. I think there's a lesson in that for us. Look at your food, play with your food, be close to your food, see what is going on. Not because like be scared of the gray goop, but like it's fun, it's beautiful. It just came from Mother Earth. Are you kidding? Like, cute. So I'm gonna let my pan heat up, and I'm gonna put a little oil in, and then the broccoli to cook down. While we wait, let me put you on to broccoli's game. So broccoli we love to see in follicular phase, also in ovulatory phase, because it has a compound inside of it that helps the liver process estrogen. And follicular phase is that season where estrogen is going to begin to rise. Estrogen is not like a problem that needs to be dealt with, but it is like part of doing the dance of your hormones and having the menstrual cycle happen. We want to make sure that estrogen is properly also leaving our body. We're also getting prebiotic fiber, which is going to help with the flow of things, if you know what I mean, and feeds good gut bacteria. In follicular phase, we have 2 main focuses. Like there's so many things happening, as is life. There's always so much going on, but we want to hone in, like when it comes to cycle syncing, when it comes to you're trying to eat your way to a more balanced cycle, more balanced hormones, we need to lock in because there's so many places we could put our energy, but like let's lock in, take the steps forward. When it comes to follicular phase, the lock-in is going to be on gut health and brain health. Brain health is because this is the start of our menstrual cycle, and to get the whole thing popping, hormones need to be sent from our brain to our ovaries. Hormones are our chemical messengers. They are the ones making this whole thing happen. You know, like they're like, hey, ovaries, we need to do this. Hey, let's get that uterine lining going. That's hormones' job. They're gonna talk their talk. And that is what like helps the whole process come to be. And that all begins with the brain. So super important to support, especially because follicular phase is that week after your period. So once a full menstrual cycle has happened, that took so much energy, so many nutrients. Also with the endometrial tissue shedding, the bleed itself, we're losing nutrients in that. And that's really like follicular phase is our rebuilding phase. We know we're about to go back into another cycle. Let's make sure we have all the little Lego building blocks to make that happen as smoothly as possible. And one of those building blocks is going to be in our broccoli. So we got prebiotic fiber for the gut. There's also a compound called sulforaphane. I don't know, like when you're watching this, if you're like, I don't give a fuck about sulforaphane, like I don't need to know the name, just tell me, okay, broccoli good, let's go. You can let me know. But I think it is interesting. Anyways, sulforaphane is going to help seal our gut lining. That's like one of the, when you're looking at how do I take care of the gut, strong gut barrier. Because, oof, when it's porous, think about when you are a person with porous boundaries. And all of a sudden you're taking on all these things and like involved in all these people's lives in a way that is just not conducive to you being your like happiest, most energized and alive self. The same thing, like our gut is a little like, it's really cool because everything inside of our body is basically a microcosm lesson of like life on earth. And the gut, it needs a strong barrier, it needs a strong boundary to make sure that it can just do its job properly and it doesn't have to worry about everybody else coming in and saying something. Let's put this in the pan. I'm gonna turn that down. You can see it's cooking as the green gets a little bit more vibrant, and we're gonna put it into the freezer to cool down because the whole point of biscuit dough is that you keep it super cold, and we don't need to fuck that up with some fresh off the stove broccoli. Another thing about broccoli is that it helps with blood flow, which is great for the brain. And then it is also anti-inflammatory. It is super rich in antioxidants. And this is like a key pillar of hormone health in general, is that you want to reduce inflammation. She's going in the freezer. Now we'll make the batter. It is super, super simple. I'm just gonna put everything into one bowl, all the dry ingredients. And I've got my scale, but you can do cup measurements as well. It just makes life better in the kitchen, honestly, when you have a scale. It's just so much easier. We start by putting in our all-purpose flour. Then we're also going to add almond flour to the batter. It is going to create like a more tender crumb on the biscuit, which we love. And then add magnesium, vitamin E, which is like antioxidant. And what I love with, like, this is such a thing in Italian baking, that you add almond flour, not to replace the all-purpose flour, not because we're trying to make it gluten-free, but like as an enhancer. Like it's bringing a little bit more to the table in flavor and texture of the actual dish. And then the bonus is the nutrients. Shout out to my notebook. Zoom in for recipe. Baking powder. Just regular sugar. Baking soda. I only have Maldon salt right now. You could totally use like regular salt, but this is what I have, so this is what we have to use. All our dry ingredients are in the bowl. We're just gonna give it a quick mix. I'm gonna measure out the milk. We do not have buttermilk readily available in Lisbon, so I'm just gonna add some lemon juice for the acidity to the milk. If you can go get buttermilk, do that. Easier. Whisking the lemon into the milk, and then that needs to set for like 5 minutes. And I'll keep it in the fridge because everything needs to be cold. We're gonna get our mix-ins ready. So I had like a few chives left over, and I had a full thing of scallions. So I was like, we're gonna do a mix of both of our green onions. This is something I really enjoy doing for follicular phase, is leaning more on these types of alliums rather than like a full garlic or onion, because follicular phase digestion, as it's coming back online post period, is just a little bit more tender. And I find that these are just more easily digested by my system personally. It's already smelling good. And then we have our Parmesan, which is going to add in some protein. When it comes to dairy and protein, it's like, okay, like, okay, the protein is casein. The protein is casein, and it's one of the most like difficult things for our body to digest, but your body can digest it, especially when it's working with a strong system, you know, especially when you are feeling all your other nutrient needs and all that jazz. But it's to say, shout out to this recipe. Like, this can be our little protein moment for our blood sugar regulation in the recipe, but also in your beautiful diet that you eat, what you eat every day, dairy should not be your only protein. Cooking really is a somatic experience. Like, my smell is already going, and I can feel myself like salivating. Like, literally the saliva has entered the chat. Before I started recording, I was listening to this podcast about posture, and now I'm like hyper aware of and like the weight being not evenly distributed to my right foot. But we move. That is my philosophy, is that it's not even about being like, oh, I'm perfectly walking like through the world, but in the middle of our days, breaking up those habits of the postures that we've created, because like we kind of do the same 3 or 4 positions every day of our lives, and it's just like literally breaking the pattern and being like, okay, I'm not hunched over the countertop thing, like honestly, yeah. Immediately feel better. Oh. I'm sorry. A plate with a mountain of Parmesan cheese. Cool, so those are our mix-ins, plus the broccoli. Let's check if the broccoli is cooled down. Oh yeah, she cool. Take the butter out as well. Honestly, I didn't think about this sooner, but you could throw a little ham in this too. Making a biscuit is like Cold Stone Creamery. Like, put whatever you want in there. So this is our butter. It is shaved super small, and that is what is going to help give us some layers to our biscuits. Oh, it's really cold. This is the butter and all the dry ingredients. I'm going to just work it together with my hands. Not too much, but to get like a sandy texture. It's similar to like when you're making pie crust and you just want to coat the butter in all the flour. The flour and the butter. It's like chicken or the egg. And now we have this sandy texture. My shit is so cold right now, it's actually kind of uncomfortable to do. If this process, if you're feeling like the batter is like warmed up, you could throw it back in the fridge for 30 minutes. But yeah, this is really cold on my hands. I'm just gonna go right in with my mix-ins. Broccoli, your cheese, and all of our gorgeous green onions. Oh my god. I'm so excited for this. I'm just thinking about eating this and I'm so excited. Like, that is the key to eating well, is make food that gets you really excited. It should be a joyous process to feed yourself, honestly. And I think that's what always brings me back to the kitchen, is there's pleasure here for me. And I know that. I know where home is. So she mixed. Now we're gonna add in the buttermilk, our final touch. I'm gonna do this in 2 goes just so that it doesn't get super like mush batter. We want like a craggly type of texture. Shaggy. That was the word I wanted. I want a shaggy dough, not a wet dough. What a life to be making biscuits. What a life to be making buttermilk goddamn biscuits that are for my follicular phase. Oh, that are supporting my female systems. Let's go. It's like not fully together yet. It's definitely wet. But what I'm gonna do is flour this down and then roll it out. I'm not putting the oven on yet because we are going to let the dough sit in the freezer again after we've shaped it. So it's not quite time yet for the oven. And if you're doing the full prep, it's honestly perfect timing. Like you could get the lentils done and the chicken, and your biscuits are just settling in the freezer. Oh, I love when a recipe gives like, I'm in Nona's kitchen. I'm in Nona's kitchen right now. Like give me flour on a wooden board. In my opinion, the whole point of a biscuit is layers. So that's what we're doing in this little rollout process. I do not have a rolling pin. Every time I roll stuff out, I'm using wine bottles. And I just have one like nice wine right now that I don't want to put flour on. So let's see if I can make this happen just with my hands. We're going low tech, low tool. I'm gonna just cut this into 3 slices so I can layer them on top of each other. You wet. Okay. I don't want to work the dough too much that is tough, but I am trying to build up those layers. I just know this shit is gonna be good. I don't want to say lazy girl's croissant because this is something completely different, but it's kind of lazy girl's croissant. Lazy fun croissant. Not that a croissant isn't fun. Okay, our last layer mash. And I'm just using the bench scraper to give it a more even shape. The pan is fitting 6. We're gonna make 6 today. I'll freeze the rest. Guys,
Hi, guys.
I picked up a friend.
I made all this.
They've already seen my work. They've seen my work. Please.
Hey, that was actually me. It was me. I was the ratatouille.
It's a Scooby-Doo.
To your work. So
my ratatouille.
Yes.
Okay. In all seriousness, we're going to. Bro, please. Okay, so the biscuits sat in the freezer for 30 minutes. We're gonna do the egg wash now, and then we'll put them into the oven. She good at the close-ups. But I can't wait to eat these.
That look good. What's in it?
Look good. Parmesan, green onion, and broccoli. And they're supposed to be like, so I did follicular phase meal prep, and these are like your little grab and go snack, or you can make breakfast sandwiches in them. Got a little egg and sausage.
All I care about is if this one person sees my stories.
Who? Our biscuits are done. We're going to now just brush them with some butter. Orange. All right. As we eat our sandwiches, I think we should wrap it up. Dark as hell.
That is delicious.
If anyone were to ever make me like an egg sandwich, watch out, I'm gonna fall in love. Like,
all right. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.
God damn.